Morning. Mr. Baxter's Learning Channel is your place to be. You are right, boys and girls. We are going to take a look at a reading activity for Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. We are going to be reading a nonfiction book, continuing our If-Then nonfiction unit. We're going to look at where we're going, how we're going to get there. We're going to take a look at some reading superpowers. And then we're going to notice that, guess what? Nonfiction readers and storybook readers use some of the same powers to make sure that we can understand our books. All right, so let's gather up really quick. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. We are gathering on our phones and our screens. Everyone is here now. This is our own space now. We are here. That's right, guys. We are here. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at a book. But we need to figure out where we're going, and we need to figure out how we're going to get there. All right, so the first thing, where we're going, or what we're going to be learning today is, I will check my reading to understand my book, just like we do if we're reading our storybooks, right? And we're going to be asking ourselves 3 questions. Does it look right? Does it sound right? And does it make sense? And then how we're going to know we get there, I can check the pictures. So we're going to be using our picture power, and the words. So we'll be using our sound power to see if our book is fiction or nonfiction. Well, let's take a quick look at a fiction or nonfiction chart that we made together, right? We know that our fiction books are going to tell us a story. Let's check to see if you guys can see that. Yes, you can. Our fiction books are going to tell us a story, while our nonfiction books are going to teach about something. Our fiction books will have talking animals or characters, and then our nonfiction books tell us facts, and they show us some important words. I've added this as bold words. Those are those big, like darker black words that you'll see that stand out in your book, meaning those are our important vocabulary words. Our fiction books normally have drawings for pictures or illustrations, but our teaching books are going to have real pictures or photographs, so you'll be able to see a real picture. Lots of times our fiction books are silly, or they cannot really happen. That's what they're called. That's why they're called fiction. They're kind of untrue. Like our friend Pete the cat, Talking Pete, playing the guitar. Pete is a fictional character. Whereas nonfiction books, a lot of times, are going to tell us a true story. So it's going to be things that do happen. They're going to be teaching us something. All right, so take a look. We're going to see if we can use our picture power and our sound power as we read through a book to tell if it is fiction or nonfiction. All right, so just like when we read our storybooks, we have to use our reading superpowers. So let me angle this down, and let me turn this off, and I think you'll be able to see the screen a little bit better. The 2 superpowers that we're going to be looking at today, guys, is our picture power, because remember, we need to see if there's real photographs, and we were going to take a look at our sound power, because we're going to be looking at what type of words there are. All right? Now, the next page, remember, we are going to be checking to see if we are not reading fiction or nonfiction. Well, what we need to do today, guys, is we need to really pay attention to the book. We're going to be looking for those bold words if it's nonfiction. We might be looking for some talking characters if it's fiction. We're going to be looking for some drawings or illustration if it's a fiction or storybook. Or we'll be looking out for some real photographs if we're going to see a nonfiction book. And then remember, we're doing all this so we can check our reading for understanding. We're going to keep asking, does it look right? Does our picture match? Does it sound right? What type of words are we seeing? And does our book make sense to us? All right, so those are the things we'll be checking. I'll pop the lights back on. We will angle ourselves back up. we're kind of getting the hang of this thing. I'm going to turn it sideways a little bit so you guys can see Mr. Baxter a little bit better. We'll get the computer out of the way, and we are off and reading. All right, so first things first, we're going to take a look at what book we're going to be reading. The book today that Rickety Tickety's holding for us is the book Spring. All right? It's our book Spring. Now, first things first, taking a look at the cover, I see some very pretty flowers. And guess what? We've learned about spring as being one of our seasons. It was one of the seasons that we read in our nonfiction read aloud last week. I'm going to keep turning this so we can get into a reading position. And we'll read through. And remember, we're going to check to see if the book Spring is fiction or nonfiction. So here we go. Spring. Can you see here? There we go. It is spring. Look at that beautiful photograph of of a road in spring. It is getting warmer. Look at this real photograph of these two kids looking like they're not wearing their winter coats anymore. They're enjoying playing outside. Oh, look at this awesome picture. The days are getting hotter. The days are getting longer. Did you see how Mr. Baxter had to go back and check the words very closely? Not only in spring, I know the days are getting hotter, but look, did I check my word right? Does that say hotter? No, we have to go back and use those same reading powers that we use when we're reading our stories. We're going to reread to see if it makes sense. The days are getting longer. Oh, guys, look. There's one of those bold words, one of those important vocabulary words. It says buds grow. So buds are the very beginnings of little flowers. So I'm seeing that my pictures and my words are matching, and I see one of those important words. It's looking to me like this might be a teaching book that's teaching us about spring. All right, and birds come back. Rain falls. I see it matching the picture. Now, have we seen a drawing yet, or are these for photographs? Real photographs of birds. Yeah, you're right. Those are real photographs. The sun comes out. And what did it make? A beautiful rainbow. Children plant seeds. Look at that real photograph of that child planting a seed. So this is looking to me like I'm thinking nonfiction. Give me a thumbs up if you're thinking nonfiction. It's teaching us some things about spring. All right. Flowers bloom. Look, there's another one of those bold words. Bloom. Look at that beautiful photograph of flowers. Hey guys, look, here we are. Baxter's Busy Bees Buzz. Look at that photograph of that beautiful bee up close. Birds build nests. Take a look at that picture matching our words. Nest is a bold word, which means it is an important vocabulary word for us. Baby birds hatch. Wow. Baby birds hatch. So taking a look there, hatch is a bold word, which means it must be an important word for spring, something that happens in the springtime. Cows are born. Sheep play. Look at these beautiful photographs showing us cows being born and sheep's play. There's another bold word. The wind blows and summer is coming. All right. So remember, there's an important page in some books that are nonfiction. Those important words, those bold words, or that vocabulary that we see throughout the book. There were buds, bloom, hatch, nests, and wind. All right, now I want to ask you guys some questions. this book right here, Spring. Was the book Spring, was it fiction or nonfiction? And how did you know? Well, remember, I saw some real photographs in Spring, which tells me it might be nonfiction. I saw bold words, those very important vocabulary words, which tells me it was probably nonfiction. And it also would teach about something. What did this book teach about? Right? It taught us about spring, the different things that we see happening in the season of spring. So I am going to go ahead and say that I know by taking a look at the pictures and the special words that I can say that this book was a nonfiction book. Now, guys, it is your turn. I have put a book called Spring into your epic.com book boxes. I want you to go take a look at that through your seesaw activity today, Tuesday, April the 21st, okay? You're going to read that book Spring, and then you're going to tell me whether or not it is fiction or nonfiction and how you know. I can't wait for you guys to use those avid reading superpowers and letting me know how you're going to tell if it is a fiction or nonfiction. Happy reading, boys and girls. Can't wait to see your responses. Baxter, out.